At the beginning, we are introduced to a female sniper named Drasa, who was on a mission today. After a private jet landed far away, she shot a batsman from a great distance. In fact, Drasa was highly skilled at her job, which is why she completed such missions in exchange for money. The next day, she goes to meet her father, who has come to her mother's grave on her death anniversary. Drasa's father also knew about her work and how she killed people for money. Her father reveals that he has secured a significant job for Drasa, which will require her to go on a special mission for an entire year. In return, Drasa will receive so much money that it will last them a lifetime. However, Drasa's father delivers the bad news that he has been diagnosed with cancer. Consequently, he decides to end his life on the upcoming February 14th, Valentine's Day. Since Drasa will be on her mission for a year, her father asks her to light candles for him on February 14th. On the other hand, we are introduced to an ex-military soldier named Levi, who wakes up abruptly from his sleep as he does every day. This is because he has taken many lives during his duty, which now prevents him from sleeping well. He was also the most skilled in his unit, capable of taking out distant targets. Today, he is suddenly called to the military base, where a female agent named Bartholomew is waiting for him. She offers Levi a significant deal. He must go on a secret mission for an entire year, and in return, he will be paid millions of dollars, ensuring he never lacks money again in his life. Levi is surprised because such a large sum for a mission is unusual. Bartholomew explains that Levi is suitable for this job because he is unmarried and does not indulge in any addictions. Additionally, he has successfully taken out over 200 targets from great distances in the past. A few hours later, when Levi opens his eyes, a soldier informs him that they are close to the location. He must now jump from the plane and travel 40 kilometers north, where the full details of the mission will be disclosed. Levi knows nothing about where he is. The soldier takes his phone, watch, and passport, seals them safely, and instructs him to proceed to the mission location. Levi complies, first jumping from the plane and landing on a mountain, then climbing high rocks to reach the location 40 kilometers north, as directed by the soldier. Here, a soldier named Jasper is pleased to see Levi and explains how he has been on duty here for the past year. He too was sent by Agent Bartholomew in exchange for $100,000. Since Levi has come here for the next year, he can return home and live comfortably for the rest of his life with the money he has earned. Levi asks what he is supposed to do here, as he does not know the location or the country. Jasper takes Levi to a high watchtower built on the edge of a large chasm to explain his duty. The chasm is surrounded by hundreds of kilometers of nothingness. On the other side is another watchtower, which Jasper says is the east area, guarded by soldiers sent by the Russian government. Contact with those guards is not allowed, and Levi is not permitted to go there. Jasper also explains that large gadgets, automatic rifles, and bombs are installed around the chasm. Levi asks, "Who are we fighting against? Our enemy?" Jasper replies that no human has entered the chasm for 70 years. During World War II, the last time 5,000 soldiers from both the Soviet Union and America entered the chasm, but none have returned alive since. Since then, America and Russia have jointly set up watchtowers on either side of the chasm to prevent the unknown entity inside from escaping. Jasper admits he does not know what lies inside, but believes it to be hell. This place is ancient, and most people know nothing about it. Jasper further instructs Levi to report to the main base via radio every 30 days, confirming that everything is normal. If any trouble arises, Levi must alert the main base. Having shared all the information he knew, which was passed down from previous guards, Jasper bids Levi goodbye and leaves to return home. He travels far, where Agent Bartholomew's helicopter is supposed to pick him up. However, as the helicopter ascends, Jasper is shot and thrown down, revealing that every soldier who has come here over the past 70 years has been lured with money and killed after a year to keep the place's secret from the outside world. What mystery lies hidden here that necessitates such measures? This is a significant mystery that we will uncover later. As Levi spends a month at the outpost, performing his duties, checking electronic devices, and sending messages to the main base every 30 days, he grows bored and starts reading the boxes there. One day, he notices some writing on a wall of the tower. The writings are from those who have previously been on duty here, although Levi is unaware that every soldier who has served here is killed after a year. That day, Levi hears some noises from the east tower. When he looks through binoculars, he sees a girl, who is actually Drasa. Yes, like Levi, she has been chosen for this job. On one side, the Russians are guarding, and on the other, the Americans. Over the next few days, they observe each other through binoculars from their respective towers. They have no phones or other means of communication, and there is nothing for hundreds of kilometers around them, so they naturally feel lonely. They spend another month performing their duties. Today is Drasa's birthday, so she deliberately fires into the sky to try to communicate with Levi. Initially, Levi writes to inform her that they are not allowed to contact each other. But Drasa writes back that since they will be in this desolate area for a year, they should break some rules. Levi and Drasa have been lonely for 2 months, so they get to know each other by writing on whiteboards. Both are expert snipers, so they demonstrate their precision targeting skills to each other. This part of the movie was fantastic, and both had a great night. But then Drasa signals to Levi about something moving below. Levi sees something stirring below, and then strange creatures with branches like trees start emerging. According to their duty, they start shooting and killing them. Mines installed below the tower start exploding, killing the creatures. Seeing the large number of creatures, Drasa also helps Levi by firing a machine gun from her side. They manage to kill all the creatures. But just when they thought everything had calmed down, similar creatures start approaching Drasa's side. Now it's Levi's turn to help Drasa, so he starts using a machine gun to take them down one by one. In addition to Levi and Drasa, the automatic weapons around their towers and the area activate, killing the creatures before they can climb up. When everything calms down, Drasa writes that today's birthday was her best birthday ever. After being alone for so long, she has formed a friendship with Levi, and they have seen those creatures for the first time. The next morning, Levi starts changing the mines around him so that if the creatures come again, the new mines can blow them up. Here, he notices a drone watching him, but no one knows whose drone it is. Gradually, another month passes. To avoid boredom, Levi and Drasa communicate by writing on whiteboards multiple times a day. They gather some items and start playing chess. Over the next few months, they learn a lot about each other through their conversations, despite being told not to make contact. However, human nature is such that they cannot stay alone. Time passes, and February 14th arrives. Drasa is very sad because, due to the secret mission, she was not with her father in his final moments. From a distance, Levi learns about this. Both Levi and Drasa stay awake the entire night, and in the morning, Levi decides to go to Drasa's side, even though it is very dangerous because of the large chasm in between, from where creatures can emerge at any time. Levi risks sending a cable to the east side. Drasa is very happy because, after communicating with Levi only through writing for so long, she will finally see him face to face. She helps Levi tie the rope. Finally, Levi picks some flowers for Drasa and surfs straight on the zip line to reach the front. However, halfway through, he has to use his hands to cross and finally reach the east side. Here, they see each other up close for the first time. They will spend the entire day together, and in the morning, Levi will return to his tower. When Levi is taking a shower, Drasa places his clothes a little further away, perhaps wanting to see him in that state through a CCTV camera. Then they have dinner together, a dream they had been seeing for the past few months. During their conversation, they realize that neither of them was informed about the details of this duty beforehand. They do not even know where on Earth they are located. Levi says that there might be a portal to another world below the chasm. Anyway, as the night progresses, they get very close to each other. In simple terms, they have fallen in love with each other. After spending the entire night together, Levi decides to come here every week. But as he is returning to his tower, a mine explodes due to the detection of creatures on his side, causing his rope to break, and he falls down. However, before falling, he opens his parachute. So Drasa, with her parachute and weapons, jumps straight into the chasm after Levi. Drasa is descending into the foggy depths of the chasm for the first time. Unable to see anything, she lands in flowing water. She somehow frees herself from the parachute and gets out. Meanwhile, Levi, who had fallen earlier, is hanging upside down from a strange tree. Mysterious branches of the tree move like living creatures, and one approaches Levi. Just then, Levi regains consciousness and fires his gun, descending to the ground. Drasa also hears the gunshots and realizes where Levi is. Meanwhile, Levi gets stuck again after falling from the tree. It turns out to be a strange living tree that has grabbed Levi. Despite his efforts, Levi cannot free himself. But then Drasa arrives and kills the terrifying tree. Levi is amazed that Drasa has jumped into such a dangerous place for him, from where no human has ever returned alive. Anyway, they decide to get out of there together. They start moving forward together. But then the terrifying creatures called Holloman attack them. They are riding on bizarre horses, attack Drasa and Levi. Even tree-like creatures attack them. But since both are skilled snipers, they manage to kill all the creatures in a short time. When everything calms down, Drasa notices that when she fell into the water below, her bag with the rope fell there. Without that rope, they cannot reach the top. So they decide to go to the edge of the river. At that time, they notice that the Hollomen that attacked them were wearing World War II-era army uniforms. That is, these are the soldiers who came here during World War II and never returned. That is, mysteriously, all the people who come here turn into mutant creatures. Then, as they walk further ahead, they see many strange trees that have taken on human shapes. There is also a kind of fog here, making it difficult to see anything. Even the sunlight cannot reach here. When they reach a place, they realize that it was once a large city. But for some reason, the city has been completely destroyed. Fearing danger, they enter a church where there are many skeletons inside. Levi says that these might be the soldiers who took their own lives to prevent themselves from mutating. Because many soldiers have such a sense of duty that they do not want to cause harm to others through themselves. Meanwhile, at that very moment, a terrifying spider attacks them. In fact, the animals, birds, trees, and even humans in this place have all mutated into terrifying creatures. Meanwhile, countless spiders start coming. Levi and Drasa start shooting and killing them. But just then, the Hollomen arrive. Levi and Drasa are somehow fighting. They blow up a wall of the church and finally get out. But the danger is not over yet. Because everything from the plants to the insects here has mutated. And they are all food for them. So they can be attacked from any direction. Both of them reach an old lab while walking. Thinking it is safe, they enter and lock the door so that no creature can attack them from behind. Looking at the surroundings, they realize that this is a very old science lab. So there are a lot of chemicals lying around, along with many old gadgets and a generator. They then turn on the generator, which is still in good condition. Then they turn on a projector lying there to learn something about this place. Now, when the projector is turned on, a very old video starts playing. In it, a doctor from another country is saying some very important things. He says that there is a time in the world now when there is a lot of fighting between America and the Soviet Union. And to win this fight, both countries are ready to do anything. But they decided to do this chasm project together here. In fact, some scientists, including this female scientist, came to this secret place, which was once like a city, and started experimenting on something bigger than a nuclear bomb. After that, no country in the world will be able to stand before them. But one day, a big earthquake occurs here, causing all the chemical gases in the lab to spread throughout the chasm. And because of this, the DNA of all living beings, including humans, mixes with each other. As a result, everything from insects to plants has mutated. That is, the fog that has spread throughout this chasm is actually that gas, which will also mutate other humans. Levi and Drasa have been in this gas for several hours. What will happen now? The scientist also says that it takes 10 to 12 hours for humans to mutate. So if Levi and Drasa can get out of here quickly, they can survive without mutating. According to the scientist's information, this infection should not spread from here, and no infected person should come out. Otherwise, this infection will spread throughout the world. That is why the government has been keeping this place secret since then. Now Levi and Drasa keep checking here to learn more. Because a new question has arisen in their minds. If there is so much danger here, why didn't the government drop a bomb and destroy everything? Here, Levi finds a computer from the year 2000, meaning even after everything was sealed here and more people came. When they turn on the computer, they see the name of a company called Dark Lake. And from here, they can clearly understand everything. In fact, Dark Lake is the world's largest private company. They sell weapons and various tools to governments of different countries. That is, it is not any government but the company named Dark Lake that has hired them. And the drone that Levi saw belonged to them. Dark Lake does not work for the government. Their real goal is to create super soldiers. And the mutation that has occurred here can help them achieve their goal. The drone used to take samples from here. And they always kept someone on duty in the tower above so that these creatures could not come out and the place remained secret. This organization chose people whom no one would look for so that they could be killed later, as happened with Jasper and others before him. On the computer, Levi learns about the state of protocol. In fact, it is a backup plan. There is a nuclear bomb in the middle of the chasm. If the secret of this place ever comes out, that bomb will activate. And this area will be completely destroyed. If the goal was to save the world, this place would have been destroyed long ago. In fact, they want to take advantage of it. Levi and Drasa understand why they were chosen. And before coming here, Drasa's father also said that he would give his life. Anyway, Levi and Drasa decide that they will destroy everything here. But just as they are about to leave, Drasa cannot find her emulation bag, which she had left near the gate. They start throwing snow grenades outside to find the bag. And when Drasa finds her bag and is picking it up, her foot gets caught in a rope, and a creature on a horse drags her away, meaning it was a planned trap. These Hollomen are fully human. They still have human consciousness, which is why they can still plan. Drasa tries to save herself, but suddenly her head hits a tree, and she faints. Behind her, Levi, who was following them, now follows their footprints and reaches an old factory from 1995, where Drasa is tied up. However, when she regains consciousness, she sees a Holloman in front of her, preparing to eat her. He takes out a stick from his body. But Drasa could fight in every situation. So she frees herself and starts fighting with the Holloman, who is very strong. But just in time, Levi arrives and shoots the Holloman's head off. Drasa is very scared. Levi is surprised to see that this Holloman is none other than a guard who worked in his tower, whose name he had seen on the wall. Then they see that a strange genetic mutation has occurred here. It looks like some huge alien creature, but a human structure can be seen within it. And when they pass through it, Drasa accidentally touches it. When they realize that all the branches here are catching them, they start cutting the branches with their knives and move forward. Then they throw a grenade and save themselves. Now, after getting out, they find a powerful engine jeep. With its help, Levi finds a way to go up. While leaving, they also see the bomb on the way. Then they tie the jeep to the cable from which Levi had previously fallen. They now start going up with the entire jeep using the zip line, even though the creatures are chasing them and climbing up the cable. Both of them fight, but the weight on the cable is too much. So Levi takes out the petrol from the car and sets it on fire, causing the creatures to catch fire. However, the car also catches fire. They somehow get out of the car and immediately cut the cable so that no Holloman can come up. After resting for a while, they decide to quarantine themselves for 5 days. Because they have been in the chemical gas below for a long time. And if they are infected, they will go down and blow up the bomb with themselves. Levi says that when he came on this mission, he had no one. At that time, he had no hope of survival. But now that he has found Drasa, everything has changed for him. Through this mission, he has found his life partner. They will blow up the nuclear bomb and destroy the entire chasm and hide somewhere else, so that no one can find them. Then Levi goes to his tower and gives a false report, saying that everything is normal, although Agent Barth has already stressed their activity. So Barth orders that his next mission is to kill the guard of the East Tower, that is Drasa. In fact, Agent Barth has already seen through the lab's camera below that the two of them have gone down together. Levi agrees to Agent Barth's words and hangs up, but he will never kill Drasa. Meanwhile, Barth messages his team that Levi has strayed from his mission, which is a mistake, and they must finish him. The next day, when she arrives at the tower with his team, Levi is not there. In fact, he and Drasa have planted bombs around. Levi and Drasa run towards the jungle. They have already planned everything. Meanwhile, Barth is checking the tower with his soldiers to find out what Levi has learned about their company. He sees a writing by Levi among all the guards' writings on the wall, addressed to him, saying that the truth can never be hidden. On the other hand, we see Levi and Drasa trying to escape from that place. However, the soldiers and drones start chasing them, shooting at them. But the two of them together manage to take out each drone, and then they start shooting from a distance at the bombs they had set near the chasm. As a result, each bomb starts exploding one by one, and all the antennas are blown up. And as soon as this happens, the nuclear bomb underground also activates. Barth understands this and tries to escape with his team. Meanwhile, Drasa and Levi have come far away from the danger zone. Barth tries to get out with a helicopter. But the nuclear explosion is so terrifying that their helicopter crashes right there. Drasa was far away, and Levi jumps into a waterfall. Then it is seen that Drasa stays in a cave for a few days to see if she is infected. But she is sad that Levi may not be alive. When she realizes that she is completely healthy, she leaves here. In this way, a lot of time passes. Currently, Drasa is working in a restaurant, but even today she cannot forget Levi. She believes that Levi will surely return one day. And just like every day, one day when Drasa is working in the restaurant, she sees Levi sitting there. Both of them become so emotional that they cannot speak a word. So they hug each other. In this way, the movie ends with a beautiful ending.